for the benefit of the council, I might comment. I spoke with Ms. Quan. I spoke with several applicants, and I spoke with Mr. Kozachenko, who is the attorney that was mentioned as her having been worked with. And I was informed, and I believe that she worked in a different capacity, did not work on development matters, did not work with developers, and has no conflicts of interest. I'm assured that as a planning commissioner, she would avoid, as other attorneys that are presently on the board, they avoid conflict of interest by avoiding cases that could lead to that. I don't think this is any different than any other appointment, and I think that it's ludicrous to really connect a planning commission appointment to to opposition or favor for a development that's occurring. Grant you a very big development. I spoke to Ms. Quan directly about that development, and was told by her, was guaranteed by her, that she would keep, that she has no predisposed position on that, and that she would keep an open mind on the entire matter until all of the facts are in. And that's exactly what we expect of any planning commissioner. So I don't see any conflicts, any more conflicts than with anybody else that I might have selected. Anybody that I spoke to, I did speak about the A's, and I basically asked the same things that I asked her, and insisted, made a statement to all of them that if I were to appoint you, I would expect that you would not have a predisposed position, and that you would be open to receiving all of the information that we all need to receive before we make important decisions. And that's the position where it was at. So, with that, I would ask that the council approve the appointments.
Mayor?
Yes.
If I may just make a comment. I think any appointment for a planning commission always goes through a series of discussions, and there's keen interest on that position because of the importance of being on planning commission and how much it contributes to the city. And in terms of the process that the council has taken over the years, I know it's gone from just the mayor appointing to the mayor nominating a candidate to the rest of the council voting on it. In my perspective, it's one of the few perks that the mayor has to make the appointment. And I would go with the notion that the mayor can continue to do that. What I'm uncomfortable with is approving a candidate that I haven't had a chance to interview or take the time to meet with or know about any of the candidates for that matter, besides just knowing what was written in the application. So again, not for this time, but for the future, if we could talk about possibly one of two ways. One, either the mayor nominates or mayor appoints, or two, that there's a more serious discussion with either a subcommittee or the entire city council in interviewing candidates that apply for the position of planning commission. I think that would be an appropriate way to go in the future. Again, I think especially this time with word leaking out that she's already been appointed on planning commission, it's a no-win situation for me. If I approve her, I'm going to be known as the mayor's puppet. If I don't, it's going to be known as the fact that I'm against Lisa Quan, which I'm not, and by extension, CBC. So I am going to support Lisa Quan, and I'm sure she'll do the right job, but I think we need to be looking at the process in the future and seeing if there's some tweaks that we can make to it.
Okay, if there's an interest in conducting interviews, there is a process, and the process is the reason the names, I guess this has gotten so old now that nobody remembers it, but the process is that the names are put on the agenda, which you receive almost a week ahead of the meeting, and any council member could have, between the time you receive your agenda and now, said, wait a minute, I would like to interview council members. There's no subcommittees provided for, and council cannot nominate a candidate on their own. The way the code reads, only a mayor can nominate. I think the city attorney wants to
I have the, it's not a,
okay.
Yeah, the nomination can only be by the mayor by state law. But we have a policy that's adopted as part of our rules, and I don't know if I've ever seen it used. But however,
it was used once.
Let me read it to you. It says, at the meeting scheduled for the council to consider interviews, the clerk shall provide a copy of all applications received to the city council. If at that meeting council decides to hold interviews, it shall then determine the interview process, including which applicants will be interviewed, and schedule the interviews. After the interview process is complete, the mayor shall schedule the meeting for making the appointment. So there is that potential.
There is that possibility, but as I said, it's usually requested before we're getting ready to vote. If the council wants to do that, they have the prerogative to do it. We can put this off and schedule interviews.
If I may ask, I think I'll ask that I be given a week to assist with the interviews. There's been a lot of these things have come up in the last 48 hours of an abundance of emails and some questions about things that I didn't have a chance to talk to Ms. Quan. If I can ask my colleagues' indulgence that we, I don't know how you want to do the interview, and set that up, but if we can continue that for a week.
Any way you folks want to do it.
Did you care to interview her?
I would like to, yes.
Did you? Anyone else? Okay. No, they can do it privately. It doesn't have to be public.
I got the application.
Wait.
Or does it have to be public?
No, there isn't a procedure prescribed, but the process should at least not have a violation of the Brown Act. So you want to be careful. So there can be individual interviews, or there can be a group interview.
Right. Well, there's only two.
Actually, Mr. Mayor, if I may just comment, it's not so much that I wanted to interview Lisa Quan as much as just interview all candidates. So I'm probably talking about a procedure that's different from the policy we have, which is a future discussion item. I mean, if it's going to be postponed and I have a chance to talk to her, I would like to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to.
But we are, in essence, you're free to call. I mean, I'm free to call any of these people, and if it's not a public meeting.
That's right.
We're finished. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, then we'll postpone the matter for 1 week. And if you care to have an interview, you go ahead and have an interview.
And then we're going to continue on the other items that weren't contested.